First, let me introduce myself first. Hello, my name is BUSHRA binti Muhammad SARIDIN. I am 20 years old and I'm currently studying at Islamic Science University of Malaysia in degree Bachelor Arabic Language with Communication. This interview is one part of my assignment in intercultural communication subject for the semester. To begin with, can you introduce yourself, Teacher Thana?
All right. All right. Thank you, Bushra. Um, that was a very short introduction from you. All right. I'm Teacher Thana, currently teaching in SK Tanduk Besar in Kuala Nerang, Kedah. I would say my fourth year in the school teaching English. And before this, I was in Penang. And that's all. My hometown is actually Penang. I'm married and I am in Sungai Petani, but my working place is in Kuala Nerang. Thank you.
Can you share a little about your daily life or routine?
All right, sure. There's actually nothing much that very exciting about my daily routine because most of the time my time being spent on the road, traveling like 2 hours from my house to the school, and then for another 2 hours. So in total, 4 hours on the road every day, especially on a weekday. And then apart from school activities, I'll go back home, already very tired, but I'm occupied with the house chores. And then I'll have some time to pray and then do little cooking and do some reading and prepare for my lesson for the following day. And that's all, nothing much.
In terms of communication, how do Indian people usually interact? Like expresses or polite?
To be precise with you, I think it is not, we shouldn't, how shall I put it nicely to you? Politely, I think when it comes to communication, regardless of any race, gender, I think communication happens where there is two people or there are two-way communication, one-way communication. I think manners comes in first. So I'm not sure whether race or religion plays a role in order to for us to decide or for us to comment that specifically this group, they will not be able to communicate well, or they are communicating well because of particular group. You know what I'm trying to say. Definitely, I am against it because to me, no matter who you are, communication will always be a success if there are two-way. Two-way, that means I'm when I'm talking to you, we maintain a good eye contact. When I'm asking you, like for instance, what is your name, and you're replying me, my name is, instead of chicken burger. You know what I mean? That means you are not paying attention to the conversation. So to me, communication comes in politely when you have the basic manners. Is that okay, Miss Bushra?
Yes, I agree with you. That's interesting. It helped me understand your cultural communication style better.
Thank you.
Speaking of cultural habits, are there any gestures others should know, like body language?
Definitely, I would comment on that. Like, if in fact now when I'm talking to you, you can see my head moves, my head, but probably you
Yes.
can't see the food. Uh, that is definitely part of our style of communication. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not here to decide for the whole group. No, mostly when I communicate with my friends, head, body, tone, everything moves. Because I'm a very active person, I cannot be talking to, for instance, hi Bushra, how are you? No, that's not me. Hi Bushra, how are you? That's me. So definitely body language is part of it. And
Yes,
for
yes, I
Indians
agree with
mainly,
you.
this is a must. This is a must. This is considered wanakam. It's like greeting. So for Indians, this is very synonymous. All right?
All right. Understand with your explanation.
Thank you.
Next question.
Yes.
Are any of these food usually prepared during special event or celebration? Can I know?
You mean what type of food specifically being prepared, is it? Then Pongal is like considered like harvesting time. So for that, we will actually make like a sweet rice out of the first harvest rice. So it is known as Pongal. And then for New Year, it is a must. It is a must for us to prepare food, as in rice with different dishes, which contains 6 to 7 different tastes. For an example, like something sweet, spicy, sour, bitter, because we believe that the new year begins. That means in our life, it comprises with various tastes. Like sometimes in life you'll be happy, sometimes you'll be sad, sometimes you'll be angry. You know, all these. So that's what it is believed that on a very first day of the year begins, we are encouraged to actually lay a banana leaf and then you serve all these 7 different tastes of food and you eat it with rice.
Before we wrap up, from a values perspective, what do you think most important in Indian culture?
From values, is it?
Yes.
All right. First and foremost, mannerism is very important. It is vital for us to follow the simple basic manners. For instance, when people are talking, you shouldn't just interrupt. You should say, excuse me, or when you see a person, you have to greet them. And then whenever you talk to a person, you got to wait for your turn. And I'm sure this is very similar values in other religion or other cultures as well. Like for instance, in fact, you, Miss Bushra, as in Malays, you guys are also need to practice something similar, right? When it comes to
Yeah.
communicating with people. Yeah. And then I will also talk about us respecting the elders regardless of what. And we are also taught like we shouldn't forget our roots. You know, no matter how far or how high you're going to fly, please do not forget your roots. You have to come back to
Yes.
your original root. That is a must. Another example that I could give you, like, you know, nowadays people travel to various countries and then you can do lots of, as in food, like we are not supposed to eat certain food. So just because you are being in another country, it doesn't mean that you can forget your values. And then secondly, the way you dress up, do not change, do not totally forget sari, do not forget your Punjabi suit, and then do not forget about your tose, your muruku. You know, like sometimes even the language. You know, sometimes you can
Yes.
see youngsters nowadays know how to speak your mother tongue. For an example, as it we Indians, you have to speak Tamil. But I can do. You can literally count how many of them can actually speak in proper Tamil language. So because English language is quite widespread, so it's so easy to communicate with anyone. They'll just pick up the language. But you shouldn't forget your roots. And also prayer. It is a must for us to pray every day. And then it is a good practice for us to read some good devotional books. Devotional books meaning some books about gods. You read some nice lines, probably like a few lines a day, because that will give you some satisfaction. You're on the right track. You're doing a good job towards the sacred journey.
I agree with you. Those are meaningful values. We move to closing.
All right.
Thank you so much, teacher, for your time and sharing your experience. I have learned a lot from your explanation, very, very detailed. And big thank you for joining my interview today. See you later.
All right.
Nice to
You're
meet
most
you.
welcome. Thank you. Likewise, Miss Bushra. I also would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about my cultural values. All right. All the best to you. See you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.